everyone doing? Welcome to the final episode of After the After Hours with your boy TraderPrad. The final day of this week. Is tomorrow going to be a free fall Friday? Now get ready for tomorrow. Papa Powell going on the microphone. Papa Powell going on the microphone again. Get ready for tomorrow. So I do have a watch list ready, but if you guys are ready, hit that like and subscribe. Hit that like and subscribe. Thank you guys for all the love. Thank you guys for all the support. This is your boy TraderPrad. To get started, why don't we dive into the full screen and hit that like and subscribe. Yo, what's up, chat? Let me make sure my mic's picking up my voice today. It is. How's everyone doing? How's everyone Wednesday? Hopefully you guys made a killing today. Opportunities again, baby. We love the market. Market's so good at the moment. Target, TJX, analog devices, a lot of the stocks that we prepared for last night on stream played out, gave us opportunities. Couple other positions moved. The market moved later on in the day to the downside off the FOMC minutes. We prepared for that a little bit. So there were so many opportunities across the board, but the one that kind of takes over all the opportunities, I guess, happened after the close, which was NVIDIA coming out with their earnings report, finally getting over the $1,000 marker. Congratulations to NVIDIA. Not only to NVIDIA, but every shareholder, every investor, every believer in NVIDIA and the semiconductor positions over there. I mean, my goodness, finally NVIDIA took over the 1,000 marker tonight, and now we're waiting to see how high can we go from here on. They also did announce a 10:1 stock split, so we'll see how that plays out for this position going forward. You know, the $35, $40 ATRs that we're used to, whenever that split comes into play, we're no longer going to be seeing those moves again, right? So we're going to have to kiss those moves goodbye, but it's fun to see NVIDIA looking for that split, the market pushing the stock above $1,000, and bunch of other reasons over there for that position. Along with NVIDIA today, we do have a couple other positions that reported earnings, so we'll walk through them. We'll see how they reported. We'll go through Benzinga. I was making sure that Benzinga was open. It is open, so we'll go through Benzinga, see how these stocks opened up today, or sorry, how they reported and how they moved today in the after hours, and we'll see some of the other stocks that we love taking a look at. The stocks, the list that we've been basically keeping an eye on: Novavax, Li Auto, Unity, and so on. All stocks that might be interesting for us for a possible trade going forward to tomorrow. But before we get into all the fun things, let me quickly head over to my main screen over here to the top, where I got all the chat, and see who's in the chat at the moment. We got TH, Doomlord, and Barkay. What's up, TH? THC got the meme right. Clever double use of chips. Appreciate it. Thank you. Barkey, hi Prad, could you please discuss Elf and Snow? Thanks a lot. I'm sure you have NVIDIA at the top of the list. I for sure have NVIDIA at the top of the list, but right after that is Snowflake and Elf Beauty. So we will go over those two, see how they reported, see how they moved, and look for potential trade opportunities over there. For some reason, my HYGN spiked up. Not sure what that is. Let me quickly go check what it is. HYGN, hygiene, Globe X Hydrogen, UCITS ETF went up 7% today. HYGH, oh HYGH. High yield bond ETF. iShares interest rate hedged high yield bond ETF. So off the 20-year bond, it went up or went down. It says it went down, but it spiked up. Not sure. All right, but yeah, we did have the 20-year bond event too. That really didn't move the market too much today, but later on, right after the 20-year bond event, we had Goldman Sachs CEO coming out and saying that the interest rates might be held a little bit longer. Actually, they might not come out with the rate cut at all. Then we had the FOMC minutes come out, which looked very hawkish. Looked at the market, did not like the FOMC minutes at all, and we dumped a little bit more, right, almost into yesterday's close. And then the NVIDIA earnings report coming out and saving the market, taking it right back into today's high, and actually going a little bit higher, creating a nice little new all-time high in the after hours over here for both the QQQ and the S&P 500. Well, not the S&P 500, it was a little bit weaker, but at least for the QQQ, makes sense. NVIDIA, QQQ. So QQQ traveling back up, but now we're waiting to see if NVIDIA can hold its gains that we created over here in the pre-market. So why don't we go over to the full screen and show you guys all the stocks that we're gonna go over tonight. NVIDIA, top of the list. Snowflake, Elf, VF Corporation. There are a couple other stocks here. I did look at them. They didn't look too good or too interesting for me. Synopsys, I remember trading that position previously, but the chart just doesn't scream like an A+ setup. We got way better stocks over here, most likely giving us the only setups we need on the day. Don't want to spend my time and even waste any moment on looking at these positions if they're not looking like they're in a good enough of a range on the daily chart to trade with. Ralph Lauren, BJ's, Polestar, however, is not even $1 stock anymore. It's less than $1, but BJ's and Ralph Lauren, looking to see how these two positions come out with their report tomorrow. Polestar being under $1 and with might having a high short flow capacity. 6% short flow, so not even a high short flow for PSNY. So never mind. Not sure if we're gonna see a big squeeze in that case. So Polestar, not really that important for me. TD Bank, if you're a Canadian and you're invested in TD Bank, maybe you're interested in looking at that, but I for sure don't. But Ralph Lauren and BJ's will be more than enough for the pre-market. Honestly, not taking my eyes off NVIDIA tomorrow, most likely all day. So why don't we head over to NVIDIA in that case and look at what NVIDIA did in the after hours on that earnings report. Initially, a little flush off the earnings report. What looks to be a little bit of a shake. People positioning right before the earnings report and the report coming out and taking out some stops. And now we got an insane move to the upside, all the way above $1,000 into a high of $1,000.23 and 1023.51 coming into play on the upside on NVIDIA. Let's go take a look at the earnings report using our good friends at Benzinga. Or should we use Grok? Where's the report? There we go. Holy, they posted a chart also. Thank you. Boy, what is this? Trading strategies. That's not the earnings report though. That's at 2 o'clock. Really, Benzinga? Thank you. NVIDIA is spearheading the artificial intelligence revolution, reported Wednesday after the closed first quarter results that climbed past lofty expectations amid ever-increasing demand for its AI accelerators. The guidance for the second quarter also exceeded expectations. The company announced a 10-for-1 stock split and hiked its quarterly dividend by 150%. Reacting to the results, NVIDIA stock rose in the after-hours trading. Key metrics: revenue climbed to a record thanks to the record data center revenue fueled by strong demand for its high-performance AI accelerators. Here are the numbers for those of you interested. For me, I'm mostly interested in the growth percentages. So the year-to-year growth in revenue, 262%. What? Quarter to quarter is 18%, but year-to-year growth is 262%. So monster growth still coming into play, and until those numbers come back to a little bit of more normal growth numbers, the bubble is yet to pop. So we're getting ready to start making a little bit of a bubble here. But with that stock split, that bubble might be extended a little bit more, honestly. So we'll see what happens over here on NVIDIA going forward. The next industrial revolution has begun. Companies and countries are partnering with NVIDIA to shift the trillion-dollar data centers to accelerated computing and build a new type of data center, AI factories, to produce a new commodity. Really? You really think it's gonna be a new commodity? Artificial intelligence is gonna be a commodity, and whichever country has the best of it, they're gonna export AI out. In that case, US is winning at the moment, right? They have the best AI companies. They have the companies that make the best technology for AI, and it's going to become some sort of a commodity over here. Well, Jensen Hang is either smoking some good ganja, but I don't know what's going on in that case. Artificial intelligence is a commodity at this point, guys, and we're gonna export it and import AI. AI will bring significant productivity gains to nearly every industry and help companies be more cost and energy efficient. Okay, I don't disagree with that. With expanding revenue opportunities. Ahead of the results, analysts were worried about the imminent launch of its next-gen AI accelerators, codenamed Blackwell, denting demand for its existing H200 lineups. NVIDIA Q3 performance by segment. Looks like gaming and AI and PC went down by... Gaming and AI PC went down by 8%, but overall data centers, ProfWiz, and Auto did grow quarter to quarter and year to year. Gaming, even though they missed quarter to quarter, they grew year to year. But ProfWiz, whatever that means, decreased 8% year to year. Data centers compute revenue jumped 470%, so we kind of saw those numbers already. Now I want to see the guidance or the outlook. So NVIDIA guided the second quarter revenue to come in at 28 billion plus or minus 2%. Analysts on average currently model revenue at 26.66 billion and earnings per share at 5.95. So 26 billion, let's say 26.5 billion is the estimate, and they're coming in at 28 billion with their own numbers, so well above the range overall, and EPS probably coming in as a beat too. Currently, if you look at the chart, it screams nothing but bullish demand to the upside. So NVIDIA, baby, let's go. Monster move overall. I guess I can understand why the gaming sector hasn't really picked up for them as much. AMD kind of took over that sector a little bit, but now NVIDIA, hype that NVIDIA has again, NVIDIA might just come back and, you know, kick AMD's butt. You know, you saw AMD stock price fall, right? AMD's demand went down pretty hard not too long ago. So NVIDIA kind of taking over all the market share again. Nom, eating up all the market share. Not only the gamers, but also AI, data centers, and so on. And giving itself a boost, nice little boost above $1,000. I was praying that we get to trade off of the $1,000 marker tomorrow intraday, but sadly that is not an opportunity. That is no longer viable. We already broke above 1,000 after hours, Now we have to see what happens intraday, what type of setups show up on intraday for us to play with. Do we get a pullback into the earnings anchored VWAP, which is currently around $990? I want to say like around 990 is where the earnings anchored VWAP is. So if we get a pullback into the earnings anchored VWAP into this area, I want to be able to catch that quick dip buy for a run to the upside. But if we're not able to even have a nice little bounce off of that earnings anchored VWAP, I'll be worried for a possible retracement back to the downside, even with such good numbers over there. Today's FOMC minutes could pour some weight on the overall market. They were pretty hawkish. They were talking about Fed not cutting rates more quicker than previously anticipated. JP Morgan CEO coming out and talking about how the interest rates might not get possibly cut at all. So all kinds of crazy talk being spewed out of everyone's mouth at the moment. So we want to be worried, but I don't want to scream doomsday just yet. You know, there's no reason to scream doomsday. The stock just went up 5, 6, 7% today after hours, whatever the numbers are. This is not a meme stock, right? This is the top 7 stocks in the world, and it moving in a way like this gets people excited. There's a lot of people who became millionaires in over 2 years. If you bought this stock at the start of this year at $350, it's at $1,020 at the moment, right? So it's crazy. Crazy. That's what I said in my thesis for the semiconductor long. I wish I read your sentence earlier when I was actually saying what I was saying, but I like that your thesis is agreeing with what I said. The biggest scammers HQ, bro. You mean HP? HQ? Headquarters? Biggest scammers headquarters? US always wins. In orders, you mean in shipping AI as a commodity? Yeah. US at the moment is the best AI. Obviously with Meta, Google, and everything, US is the best AI. But I'm sure China is not that far behind. Right? China is not that far behind with their technology and so on. There was a point where US was losing the space race and the space technology side when they gave up missions to moon, and everything in regards to space was now being outsourced to Russia or China. But ever since they privatized the space industry with SpaceX, Blue Origin, blah 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 blah, so many other companies coming out joining the space companies, the US once again took over the space race. Right now the US is the best if you want to go in the outer space. So that's something. Talking about the outer space, did you guys watch the Terrence Howard Joe Rogan episode? That was an interesting episode. Very interesting episode. Terrence Howard is either a crazy genius or an absolute idiot. I don't know which one. I have no clue which one. But it's a crazy episode. You gotta go watch it. You gotta go listen to it at the very least if you don't want to watch it. Crazy episode. What is his website? The linchpin. The linchpin, whatever that means. But there is a video of what he says in the stream of tangential flight. And you can see it right here. The demo. But then, like, if this was supposed to be an airplane, where would the pilot sit? In the center? Right there? right? It's something that he designed. What does he call it? A tangential flight. It can go any direction. It can even go in the water and go any direction. I don't know if he's crazy or he's an absolute genius that nobody knows yet. He says that he created VR. He has a patent to prove it. I don't know what's going on over here. And how Google and Meta and everybody basically uses his patent for VR technologies to make the VR headset that everyone has on their head at the moment. It's because of Terrence Howard. He invented VR. What in the world are we listening to? He's the one. Doomlord is absolutely bought into the thesis that Terrence Crawford is the man. I mean, I'm not denying it. I'm just losing my mind listening to that podcast. All right, back to the market anyways. Tomorrow is going to be insane. We want to see how the stock behaves. Notice how this initial pop-up high turned into somewhat of a support later on in the after hours, where we bounced off of right into $1,000, $997 area. So I'm going to obviously put that one on a watch for my support. S1 998 because it's 997.90, so I'm gonna put 998 to 1000 area. You can even say 1000 to like almost 995 area, because this stock is now $1,000 stock. It's gonna have a $50 ATR, maybe even $100 ATR tomorrow. Nobody knows what to expect from it. We're in La La Land. We're in Discovery Zone, so nobody knows what to expect from it. At the moment, we have some levels that we can kind of have a thesis off of. This new all-time high, and I'm putting that in quotes because that number just came into play in the after hours. But the previous all-time high is possibly something that you can keep an eye out for in case the stock does pull back under the 1000 area and pull back hard. Look for that gap close into that 967, 968 area for us to find some sort of a support and bounce off of. So you got to look for some support lines over there. 967.66, is that the previous all-time high? It is. So I'm just gonna put 967.57, 967.50. So $967.50 as my second support, and my first resistance as $1,000.23. Now to Snowflake. My tooth is hurting. I'm probably gonna need a wisdom tooth removal. Not fun. Not fun. Alright, let's bring in Benzinga. Time for Snowflake earnings report. Where are you? Snowflake reported financial results for the first quarter after the market closed on Wednesday. Here's a look at the key metrics from the report. Earnings said first quarter revenue increased 33% year to year to 828.7 million, beating the estimates of 785 million. So pretty good on that side. The data cloud company reported quarterly earnings of 14 cents per share, missing the estimates of 18 cents per share. So they missed on EPS, beat on revenue, and actually grew 33% year to year. Growth is always something that you want to see. Product revenue came in at a 789 million, up 34% year over year. Net revenue came in at net revenue retention rate was 128% in the first quarter. That's a pretty good retention rate, goddamn. Remaining performance obligations totaled at 5 billion, up 46% year to year. Snowflake said it ended quarter with 485 customers with a trailing 12-month product revenue of more than $1 million. Snowflake also announced it intends to acquire certain technologies, assets, and hire key employees from True Era, an AI observability platform. Observability platform. An AI observable platform? What are you observing over here? What are you looking through in the data to observe? Our core business is very strong. Our AI products, now generally available, are generating strong customer interest. They will help our customers deliver effective and efficient AI-powered experiences faster than ever, said the CEO. The outlook coming in at product revenue for the range of 805 million to 810 million, up 26 to 27% year over year. The company expects full year product revenue to be between 3.3 billion, up 24% year over year. They're just giving us their numbers, but we don't see the analyst estimates, sadly. So I don't have nothing to compare it against. We don't know if the numbers are above estimates or below estimates. What we have based on this report at the moment, I'm guessing the stock should have gone to the upside. Everything was up except for the EPS side. Now, a couple things could have hurt EPS. For the most part, growth is the only thing that matters to me. But hey, I'm just a pesky day trader, not an analyst. And all that matters to me is how the stock responds to the report. Looks like we did get a pop, which is what I was expecting. But that pop got matched with a lot of selling right away. And we pushed right back into what seems to be is today's VWAP, into the after hours, where we found a little bit of support. You can see how this little area came into play again later on, and we found a lot of support there. So it looks like right into $169.30. I'm just gonna say S1 169. As long as the stock is able to show me that it's finding buyers above 169, there might be a little bit of a long opportunity. But you can see how a selling came in at 184, that got dragged down to 176, and that seller then moved down to 173 and flushed it even more. So the seller was selling, and they were very happy to bring down their prices every time, right? Bring down their prices every time. Maybe that seller is going to be even more happy tomorrow when the volume is greater. Not sure. So overall, we're waiting to see how the stock reacts tomorrow in the pre-market. You can see how it's been very weak for quite some time now, from all the way from last earnings report going into this earnings report. So that pop is great, but I don't think we're gonna be able to do anything above 195 tomorrow. We currently rejected what, 180 area, somewhere in here, right? Basically rejected previous earnings day low at the moment, and sold off. So we have a box over here on Snowflake whose ATR is $4, so maybe expecting for them to do anything more would be crazy. This move looks a little scary too. If you are long biased, this is not the type of chart you want to see, right? This is not necessarily the type of chart you want to see. But you can say the same thing about PanW at its earnings report. When it flushed off the report, you saw how PanW completely reversed all of that move right away. So anything could really happen. Overall, from what we saw on the report, it's growth every single way. Can't really compare the outlook to the estimates because we weren't given the estimates, but they also missed on EPS. So overall, it's a little bit of a question mark. I think pre-market, if we're able to get above this earnings anchored VWAP that we currently have around $173 or so, if we're able to get above that, things could look a little bit more bullish for us to keep an eye on. Snowflake, so watching how this stock behaves tomorrow pre-market, very important to see how it trades. Elf Beauty also reporting today earnings after hours. Looks like a pretty decent beat on EPS and a nice little beat on revenue. Elf Beauty, I think a competitor to Ulta Beauty. If I'm wrong, correct me. Elf Beauty. Let's go take a look at their earnings report. Thank you. Elf Beauty reported adjusted 53. We kind of saw those numbers already. Gross margin, what is it? 71%, primarily driven by favorable foreign exchanges. Can I get year-to-year growth and year-to-year misses numbers, please? We grew net sales by 71% and expanded our market share by 325 points, making our 21st consecutive quarters of net sales and market share growth. As we look ahead, we believe we are still in the early innings of the unlocking the full potential we see for e.l.f. Beauty across cosmetics, skincare, and international markets. e.l.f. Beauty sees fiscal year earnings between $3.20 to $3.25 per share versus $3.51. Ooh. Estimates and full year revenue in the range of $1.23 versus $1.24 billion versus $1.27 billion. Yikes! So that explains the drop that we just saw in the after hours for e.l.f. Beauty. Even though what seems to be growth in their numbers, they did beat on EPS, they did beat on revenue, but their estimates for the next or so the whole year over here in 2024 not looking so good. e.l.f. Beauty pushing first to the downside, however correcting itself right back into this range is pretty crazy. I guess even though they kind of missed even though they missed estimates for the full year, people like the stock. I like the stock, and they just bought up that buy or that move to the downside. Ooh, hold up, maybe we have something. You saw the last time the stock brought in a ton of volume, we bounced right off of that area. So that buyer is still very active. And I bet if we go back to the daily chart, nah, it probably won't be. Let's see it. Yeah, it's not. But that's pretty cool. You can see how this volume node day's low surprisingly came into play again one more time today. You can maybe even put in a low over there. It has got a nice little triple bottom and into that daily chart, and then we took off to the north side. So there's a chance that even that low came into play. We were pretty close to that low over there. So interesting to see that these buyers are still very active at the moment on e.l.f. Beauty. They're ready to soak up any little move to the downside. And yeah, shout out to e.l.f. At the moment, I'm not really bullish because they missed EPS. They missed revenue. It looked like they are growing. They didn't really say their growth numbers straight out. They said they were up 71% in net sales. We grew 70% in net sales. So looks like that is growth to me. So shout out to e.l.f. Beauty. But the original move to the downside might have been because of the miss on estimates for the full year. And then the second move coming in based on the overall report that the market disseminated after. As for a trading plan, I think this is way too much of a boxed move. I don't think we see anything higher than 170 tomorrow. Even if we get there, I think the stock has a lot of battle to the upside first. If we get a clean long right into these lows, maybe there's an opportunity, but e.l.f. Beauty as a day trade doesn't really get me too excited. And as for a swing trade, I think we got some battles still over here for it to play out with, and that report doesn't really excite me. If you're not meeting estimates for the full year, then I could see the stock easily trickling down for the next few weeks, months, and moving lower as people continue to take some profits that they haven't before, right? So I'll be a little worried about it. Maybe everyone's expecting the stock to do what Ulta Beauty does, which is go to new all-time highs. ULTA, god damn it, Prad. Go to new all-time highs and have an insane price of $500, which e.l.f. Beauty sadly not able to do. Ulta Beauty pulled back pretty insane, surprisingly enough, and its earnings report's coming up. We're getting a nice little double bottom coming into play over here on Ulta Beauty too. Possibly something to keep and watch on as we go forward in the next few days. But I don't see a trade opportunity for myself on e.l.f. Beauty tomorrow. VF Corporation, how did you move in the after hours? Oh my goodness, 1080. VFC flushing even more. I guess people are not buying Supreme, North Face, and all that other fancy stuff. We are now below the 52-week low of $12, flushing well under that price point and bringing in the weakness. So looking to see if the stock continues to get sold to the downside in the pre-market. What type of levels do we get to play with in the pre-market, and do we get any pops to kind of join the trend to the downside? So looking for mainly any pops for us to short into. At the moment, we do have the $11.30 area, or even the $11.50. I'm gonna use the $11.50 as R1 instead, because that has a nice little flat top resistance on the after hour here, and then above that $11.50 you just have that $12 as your second point of resistance for VFC. And to the downside is just, let's keep dying. Let's just keep dying. So VFC looks like not enough Supremes and not enough what else do they own? North Face. North Face being bought at the moment. RL, not a stock that reports earnings today after hours, but a stock that reports tomorrow pre-market, and looks pretty good on the daily chart too. We got a nice little resistance up here. We got a nice support to the downside. We got a secondary support to the downside. So looking to see how the stock can react on any sort of breakout above this range or a breakout below those ranges for us to play with, and you know, opportunities that set up. So RL pre-market, it's got an ATR of $4. It does bring in less than 1 million shares on a 30-day average, but anytime it does report earnings, you can see an increase in relative volume. Look at the last earnings report, we got about 4 million shares traded, so there's an opportunity that we get that too. And the overall range of that day, high of 174 and a low of 161, so way more than $4 of an ATR. So looking to see how RL over here sets up tomorrow. Another stock, thing that every man likes, BJ's wholesale club holdings. Holy shit, I can't say it at all. BJ's wholesale club holdings going into a multi-year all-time high, beautiful level right before its earnings report in the pre-market. Now obviously that's not really the all-time high, but that $80.30, let's just say $80, but that $80.30 area, is it 840? Please don't be 840. Okay, I'm not wrong. The $80.30 area and the 81.19 area, very important at the moment. If we're continue to show buying above there on BJ's, then you want to continue to play with the long over there on what will be a positive earnings report. Without a positive earnings report, it'll be hard to see the stock be above there to begin with. So watching the stock, if it can find buying above 81, if it can find buying above $80, get long, enjoy the ride. It's probably going to be a whole day ride for you to enjoy. And NVIDIA will always be there for you to kind of join the ride later on in the day off of VWAP or something like that. So BJ's off of $80, if the buying can come in, grab that bad boy and enjoy it. ADI, typed it in my chat, in my watch list. ADI going to a new all-time high, another semiconductor position going to a new all-time high here, blasting off. So now with SMCI, sorry, 240. I was long here. I was long 230. What? I was long $230. You're telling me this ended up at $240 today? That sucks. Whatever, I made my money. I'm happy with it. This was my best stock on the day today. But shout out to ADI, ladies and gentlemen. I think this was a part of with NVIDIA's report coming into play, honestly. But shout out to this stock. Now, obviously, same sector, announced recently earnings report, positive earnings report. Look, if any stock is supposed to have a day 2 play at this point, it's got to be ADI. So any dip buy into what would be around today's anchored VWAP or volume profile point of control, I would suspect it would be right around $235. I wouldn't have to guess because we have some trusty tools ready for us to deploy. So let's head over to my secondary layout, turn on that bad boy, go to the 5-minute, And where is the volume point of control for today? So right there, as I expected, near 235. I mean, god damn, I'm a genius. $235 area. Looking for how the stock behaves on any sort of dip buys into there. 235, 234 zones. And if we get a buy into that zone, especially with AMD, NVIDIA, SOXX, SOXL, SMH. These are your semiconductor ETFs, by the way, if you're wondering what I'm just randomly spewing out of my mouth. If all these positions are moving to the upside and this stock is bouncing off of 234, 235, you do not want to miss the long on this one either. This might just add that extra padding to your P&L to the upside. So let's watch out how ADI sets up. Here's a stock that also announced today, and I missed out on it. Wow. Williams Sonoma. Williams Sonoma getting absolutely smoked, taking out the all-time high. All right, taking out the all-time high and pushing right back into the range lows for some reason. Not sure what the catalyst was for the stock to do this. But absolute destruction, a straight move down from the open all the way into the close. Now we're waiting to see if we push even lower than that to $261. This stock has an ATR of $12 and rarely brings in even $1 million. The 30-day average volume is less than 1 million, but today brought in 4 million shares. So let's see if that shares count can continue tomorrow. Do we get some sort of a relief rally on what seems to be a positive earnings report? Positive earnings report moves up in the pre-market, gets sold off completely into a previous support area. So looking to see if 280 holds as a support. If 280 holds as a support, you got almost a $20 move to the upside over here. Maybe not 20, but at least, yeah, at least to 300, I would hope so, would come into play if we're able to find support somewhere into this 280 into today's low of 277. So mark out that area for yourself, 277.50 to 280 on Williams Sonoma as the first area support. First area resistance, I am going to use whatever that little peak high. I'm just gonna put 300. I'm not gonna play too much games with it. I'll react with it later. I'm gonna put 300, and then above 300 you can see how the earnings anchored VWAP, today's anchored VWAP, all coming in right around that 305 area. So we already have 300 marked out as a resistance. If for any reason Williams Sonoma cannot hold 277 to 280, it's gonna flush even more most likely, and that opens up room to another $20 ride to the downside of $260. So watching how Williams Sonoma plays out on any sort of a day 2 sort of setup. Talking about day 2 setups again, Target flush to the downside on negative earnings report, missing earnings, missing revenue, missing sales, all type of negative sentiment coming out to play. But they actually had a relief rally off the opens. Target actually started going to the higher side. I looked to get long on the 144 breakout. I did not have an order on the pullback into VWAP. I did not trade it at all. I was too focused on trading other positions. I had a good day, so I'm not going to complain about missing out on it. But Target did give you a great opportunity to the long side today if you were watching for it. However, I just was distracted by other positions, and there's a good chance that will happen tomorrow again. So Target, not really a high priority for me, but we will see if it sorts up for some sort of a trade opportunity. You got the technical level such as today's high, today's low. You got a little bit of a gap over here to fill if it wants to fill the gap, which I don't think it will because that report wasn't really the greatest. So possibly more chop in this zone going forward all the way into the next earnings report. Basically what we did over here from that earnings report to this earnings report, I will expect pretty much the exact same thing, just like that, right? So I'm not really too excited at the moment for Target, for a day trade, for a swing trade, for a invest. That's a whole different topic, and thankfully that's a topic that I don't have to invest or divulge in because I'm not a financial advisor, and especially I'm not your financial advisor. Because technically I am a financial advisor, but that's only for myself. I advise myself on what trades to take and what trades not to take. Usually it's always take every single trade. But I am not a financial advisor, so I can't advise you on swing trades and so on. Nice little disclaimer opportunity over there for me to throw in. Now, Moving down my watch list, for anyone wondering what screen do I keep looking at, I'm looking over at my watch list over here. Moving down my watch list, I'm gonna actually color Williams-Sonoma in a blue color because it's not really a high priority trade for tomorrow, but it could be. Lee Auto. Lee Auto now having a 3-day low into that $20.50. If we break that, I think Lee Auto has a lot of room to the downside for us to play with. So you kind of want to set an alert right under 2050, and you don't want to miss out on that opportunity when it breaks, because Lee Auto is no longer on SSR now. So if we break that, we got a lot of room for on the downside. $12, I mean, we can do what XPEV did, which is go to $6, right? So watch out for Lee Auto. Continue to flush down would be an awesome opportunity for us to get short. Zimmer move to the downside on the earnings report, but then now reversing everything and looks like it's getting ready for a breakout above 20. So if Zim actually gets ready for the breakout above 20, remember, high short float, lots of activity above 20 for us to play with. So let's get active when the stock gets ready to push 20. Talking about short float stocks, Novavax took out 15 today again and did so properly. Went above 15 all the way into $17. So shout out to Novavax. Now you're basically using that $15 area as a support. If it comes back to 15 by any chance, shows you buying, get long, and you're not risking too much under 15 because the chances for the stock to blast off are always there. So watching how NVAX Novavax come into play with the high of 1740 today. So let's just use that as our resistance. 1750 R1. You can even use $16 honestly as R1 because that's where today's VWAP is. So $16 is R1 and R2 as $17.50. $17.50. FFIE, boy oh boy, the stock gave me a monster setup today, and it probably gave you that setup multiple times in the day because I just wasn't watching it. So it gave you a setup over here at 103, did not break $1, gave you an opportunity to get long. You got about 15 cents out of that, moved back into that $1, did not really break $1, gave you about 6 cents. This is where I actually got into the trade. That's a lie. This is where I actually got into the trade, and I got out right into this move into VWAP. That's a lie. Yes, that's a lie. No, I did get into this move. Looked like it was gonna break $1 to the downside, but it did not break $1. So I got long on the failure to break $1, hoping that it would go up 10 cents, 20 cents. It did not. It moved just slightly into VWAP and then got rejected. So I closed my position, made my quick 6 pennies, 5 pennies on that trade. Later on, it gave you that very same trade. Sadly, I just went for a nice little walk to get some sun. The weather was getting better. It was a little rainy, but the weather was getting better. It was also getting close to the later.
You are. At least it was BCC of Jim.
Who's Jim? Who's Jim? Are you cheating on Dieter? Welcome, Ani. FFIE gave you that opportunity again to the downside near $1 and blasted off, and I did not have that opportunity, sadly. But tomorrow, we're going to continue watching FFIE. If it continues to find support into $1, that looks like a great opportunity to keep looking for the shorts, to start looking for exits as they think that the stock won't go below $1, where their real targets are under $1. And if their targets don't come into play, and the longer the stock holds above $1, the bigger the base, the higher in space. So the squeeze is right back in play for FFIE. So be careful if you're short, because if we don't break $1, you're gonna be scared for the next move after that one. Qualcomm making another move above all-time high today. It did so yesterday, making another move above all-time high today, but not really that exciting of a move. I mean, it gave you a little bit of an opportunity to get long, but I mean, I don't know. I'm not loving the move. It doesn't really get me too excited, but it gave you a little bit of an opportunity. Roblox, these are my swing trade opportunities that I'm also looking to see how they will set up on a day trade opportunity. So if Roblox can get above this 3370, 3350 area, you got some sort of a breakout and a gap close zone for Roblox to get into. And if Roblox does not want to continue getting above 3350 to 33 70, 33.70. So if Roblox does not want to get above that area and wants to actually get below 32, then we have a move right back to the downside over here into $30 on Roblox. So waiting to see how the stock behaves into those price points. Shopify got a nice little upgrade today, so that support zone coming into play. We peaked into that $60 area, rejected 60 perfectly, and flushed right back down. I was not watching when it came into 60. This is why you set alerts so you don't miss out on the opportunities. It walked into 60, rejected 60, gave you a beautiful short opportunity, and I missed out on that one. But tomorrow, based off of this catalyst, based on NVIDIA, based on the market moving up, if for any reason we got to move right back into 59.60, 59.70, and $60 come into play, you want to be ready for that opportunity tomorrow on Shopify, because it could blast off and keep running up like Starbucks did. Look at Starbucks now. We talked about Starbucks quite a bit. Someone mentioned in the chat, I think it was actually TH, correct me if I'm wrong, it could be somebody else, but TH I think possibly mentioned that Starbucks might have bottomed out. I looked at it, I said, you're not wrong, it looks like the bottom might have been put in. We have a nice little flat bottom, flat top at the moment, and if the flat top can break, we got a beautiful gap close opportunity coming into play. Not only did we break, we also pulled back and found support off of that level in the next few days. Exactly what you want to see. And now the stock is getting ready to blast off to the north side, closing into the high a day, looking like it wants to actually be able to close that gap. And not only close the gap in Prad terminology, I put that in quotes because in Prad terminology, the gap close for me is at $84, but technically the gap close is at $87. So even more of a move above 84 into $87 coming into play on Starbucks. This is kind of the same idea on Roblox over here. The Prad gap close already played out because we're finding resistance into the Prad gap close, but the real gap close on Roblox is actually at $39. That's the idea over there, and in case you were wondering why I put it in that way for Shopify and for Roblox and for Starbucks. So looking to see how Starbucks can help us out, how Roblox can help us out, and how Shopify can help us out. So Shopify, resistance 60, Starbucks, support 70. Well, it's kind of too late now, honestly. This trade's a little well cooked for Starbucks. It's already on its way to the north side, so you're just waiting for resistance around 84 to show up and see how it reacts into 84 to 84.30 area, 84.50 area, possibly gives you some sort of a short there, and then above that you're looking to see how the stock behaves into $87 on Starbucks. As for support, I guess we could just throw that in at the moment, 77 for support on Starbucks. 77. Let's take a look at the chat. We got Doom spamming our chat. We got Eric's Journey. What's up, Eric? Swimmer. Alta's been under pressure for a while. Yeah, Alta got smoked. I did not. Alta got smoked that big time, my friend. God damn. Momo. It's 1020, not 1,020 cents. I know I corrected myself after, did I not? Momo always just loves to pick on me. Momo is joining the Ani hate Prad gang. I love it. Boom, Doomlord just spammed the shit out of my chat today, so there's a lot of Doomlord messages over here. I love it. Sean's in the chat. What's up, Sean? Move out on the topic. Move on, ENPH. What topic was that? On NVIDIA? Probably. I was probably stuck on NVIDIA quite a bit. Oh man, I just got the joke. Good thing Ani isn't around. Too bad she's here now, though. Too bad she's here now. Real men don't shop there. At BJ's? Yeah, we just get BJ's. I don't even know what they sell. What does BJ's sell? Clothes? Variety shop. What does that even mean? They sell food? So it's like a Costco. It's like a Walmart. It's like a Costco. If it's a wholesale, it's more Costco than Walmart, right? And if it's a club, membership only, it's 100% Costco than it is Walmart. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha, BJs. Eric, I wish Prad was still on Trader TV Live. I don't, but thank you, brother. How you doing? I looked up one day and he was gone, so I had to look for him. Glad I found him. Hey, appreciate it. Momo, do you like mRNA? Momo loves mRNA. Momo is an mRNA fanatic, mRNA fangirl. She also fangirls for Ford, which I haven't taken a look at in a while. Ford getting ready to, give you a nice little flat bottom break. Ooh wee. That flat bottom break could give you a beautiful short opportunity. Why am I looking at Ford? I hate Momo. What in the world, Moderna? What is Moderna smoking? What is Moderna actually smoking? What? How come no one in my trading pod, no one in my office traded Moderna, talked about Moderna? No one on Twitter talked about trading Moderna. Everyone is sleeping on Moderna at the moment. Not just me, I guess everyone but Momo, apparently. What in the fudge? Alright, we're adding Moderna to the watch list. Momo, you win. Congratulations, Momo. Ha 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 ha. You did it. You just managed to put two of my most hated tickers in the world on the watch list. God damn it. Okay, Moderna just absolutely went batshit today. Shout out to Moderna. Ooh wee. Looks like possible short opportunities tomorrow for not able to get above 165. And any failure to show me buying above 165, I am slamming that short tomorrow. Trust me on that. Slamming that short on a failure to get above 165 tomorrow. As for supports, today's VWAP around 157, possibly an area to keep an eye out for. You got today's low around $143. Watch out how that area comes into play, even if we do flush down there. Apparently vaccines are back in business, baby. Everyone's putting vaccines up their butts again. Is that where they go? I don't know where vaccines go, but they're putting it wherever they go. Injecting it, snorting it, I don't know what they're doing with it, but they're buying a whole shit ton of it. I guess, what is that? There's some sort of a new swine flu, bird flu going on, and people might be worried about that. I don't know. People are scared about everything. You saw how sheep people were in the last disease that floated around. Maybe I shouldn't say too much because I live in Canada and I could easily get put in jail based on anything I say because of our awesome Prime Minister, who's so great, and you can't say anything negative about him, so we're gonna love him. Everyone like my Prime Minister, and hit my thumbs up button in the stream that you're watching to say that you like him too. Actually, that means you won't hit him, so damn it, just hit the goddamn like button. Just hit the goddamn like button. Ford, we're looking to see how Ford plays under this $12 $11.95 area. Looks like it could open up a 50-cent room or even a dollar room with very tight risk. You're risking about 5 pennies back through 12, maybe 12.05, 12.10. You're risking about 10 pennies for 50 pennies. You're risking about 10 pennies to make a whole dollar. You can take a lot of size in that room, and the stock moves what 39 million shares, 50 million shares in a day. That's quite a bit of liquidity for you to bring a lot of size in on a very thin spread, right? So you can jam your size, risk very little, and give it a nice little possibility to the downside if it does flush. If it doesn't flush, maybe there's a little long there. I'm not interested in the long. I'm only interested on the breakdown over here. And Moderna, I'm more so interested on the short after this insane pop up. And the pop is also into what, April 2023 highs. You can even kind of scroll that back and say December lows. So it's pretty wild of a pop at the moment, and clearly warrants the stock to be put on eyes being put on it at the moment. Shout out to Momo. You win, Momo. Congratulations. Airbnb finally getting below the support area of 144. So now that 144 area acts as a resistance for any pullback into 144 on Airbnb. You want to look to be short on that area. Finally looking to see if we can close that move into the 140 or even go below 140. Our swing trade idea is now getting activated. We're now having a beautiful move down. Our stop is somewhere near 146. You're giving it a $5 risk for about a $5 move for initial first few lots, and then after that move gets completed and you get more of a move, you get a bigger sweet deal out of it. But if the stock starts to find buying into 140, then you start to close more and more of your trade. So our swing trade idea is now coming into fruition. Airbnb pushing to the downside, breaking that 144 area on, and any sort of pullbacks into 144 as a day trader, you want to look to sell the stock. Basically, if we pop into 144 and you see selling coming into the stock, it's not able to put 144 on the bids, there's simply no buying coming in above 144, then you got a beautiful short opportunity to join the swing traders momentum. Anytime a day trader gets to join a swing traders momentum, you are in a winning position by default. So that's the way you kind of want to think about it. You want to think about how these swing traders are positioning themselves. And if they're not in your direction, there's a good chance that you're going to get absolutely clapped. So be careful for that, okay? The next few stocks that we have over here are basically... God damn it, where am I typing? The next few stocks that we have over here are basically the large cap stocks such as Apple, Amazon, Google, Microsoft. Microsoft making another new run at the all-time high today. Meta looked a little strong today for quite some time. I guess the market looked a little strong, but then the market sold right off. I got a nice short off the FOMC minutes later on in the day. That was fun. But you can see how the QQQ reverses the whole move with NVIDIA's earnings report and ends into the high note on the after hours over here on the NVIDIA earnings report. But SPY doesn't necessarily do that. SPY actually closes right into around today's volume point of control before today's high. So SPY a little shy off of the all-time high over here in the after hours. It could actually have taken it in the after hours on the futures market. I just don't know about it. We could go use our friends at Trading Think with Bookmap on YouTube to go verify on that side. But at the moment, with the information we have over here, the SPY seems to be a little lagging compared to how the QQQ is behaving off the NVIDIA report. You could go ahead and look for trades on these other large cap stocks and Netflix, Netflix, Microsoft, Google, and so on. But for the most part, I promise you, most of the big money, most of any money that's going to be made is going to be on NVIDIA. And if you want to make any sort of real money, you might want to watch NVIDIA. And if you're scared to trade NVIDIA, at least watch it and learn from it so you can be ready for the next time. And thankfully for you, NVIDIA is having a 10:1 stock split. So soon enough, NVIDIA is going to go back to God knows what, $90. So NVIDIA is going to go down to a pretty normal price again. But sadly for day traders, the stock is no longer going to have a $30, $40 ATR. It's going to die down in the craziness. It's going to be a sad story for NVIDIA. But NVIDIA is going to be where you want to play with. If you're still scared about NVIDIA, you could always trade stocks such as NVDL, NVDS. NVDS for the short side. If you want to short NVIDIA but you don't have the means to short NVIDIA, you can go long NVDS. That's basically shorting NVIDIA. Or you can go long NVDL, which is basically going long NVIDIA just on a different instrument. This is a ETF that's a 2 times long NVIDIA ETF. It's got decent liquidity, and it's a $40 position. It's not a it's not a $1,000 position. It's a $40 position. So you'll be able to manage your position a lot better. You'll be able to manage your risk a lot better. And you still want to watch NVIDIA's tape when you're trading it. But this is a stock that you could use as backup in case you're scared to use NVIDIA. Is there anything else that I'm forgetting? And in regards to QQQ and the SPY, I don't know really what to expect. The FOMC was very bearish, but NVIDIA is going to be the dictator of the market tomorrow. Actually, looks like we got a... Whoa, never mind. Ooh, that scared me a little bit. Tomorrow, what does the economic calendar look like? We got building permits coming in at 8:30. We got jobless claims coming in at 8:30 also. We got the manufacturing PMI numbers at 9:45. We got new home sales at 10 o'clock. We got the 10-year tips auction coming at 1 o'clock. Bostic at 3 o'clock. And the balance sheet at 4:30. So seems to be a pretty active economic calendar, starting all the way in the pre-market, going all the way into lunchtime and a little bit past lunchtime too. So pretty active economic calendar here. Make sure you have these time slots mapped out. You have some sort of alert system. Maybe set alerts on your phone around these times so you know that the market might make some sort of a crazy move, and if you're on the wrong side at that moment, you might get caught offside. So be very careful on these stocks. 8:30 initial jobless claims, manufacturing PMI, and countless jobless claims and building permits coming out. 9:45 you got the manufacturing PMI numbers, and 10 o'clock you got the new home sale numbers coming out. So this is basically the main time periods, all before kind of 10 o'clock, and then at 1 o'clock you got the auction numbers at the 10-year tips auction. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is basically all you need to know for tomorrow's stonk market, and be prepared to smash those trades, man. I'm so excited for our awesome watch list that we've prepared over here. We got tons of trade opportunities. There's not gonna be a single moment that I'm not gonna be able to find an opportunity. It's gonna be a busy day tomorrow. Not complaining about it, I'm excited, but we just got to make sure that with all that opportunity, we don't get distracted with all the opportunity. We got to make sure that we stick to the top 1 or 2 and maximize the 1 or 2 opportunities out there to the best of our abilities and kill them, absolutely slay it. And good luck to you guys on that side. That, ladies and gentlemen, is honestly all she wrote for today's stream. We do, however, play chess on stream until we get 1 win a night. Last night's stream was very mentally stressful because we did not win a single game until the last game of the night, and that was stressful. But hopefully tonight we get a win. But before we move on to chess, I just want to say thank you to all the viewers who are here for the stock market segment. Please hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit all that YouTube algorithm fun stuff, and go check out my links in the description below if you haven't already. It would mean the world to me. And that right there is all I need to say, because I'm pretty sure I've said it a million times to you guys already. You guys are the same people who show up every single day. So it's just... recorder broken at this point, right? Recorder broken at this point. So I'll save the speech for when I have 1 million viewers and I have to repeat it for those millions of viewers coming in. But for now, we just have our beautiful 6 viewers coming in who stay loyal, and I love you guys. You guys are the best. But now it's time for chess. Time to go ruin the awesome day that we had today by playing chess. God damn it, so many transitions. Turn off the transitions, Prad. Okay, let's play chess. Daily puzzle. White to move. What in the hell? That was a pretty easy one. That was easy. Puzzles. Puzzles. Black to move. Oh, right. Gotcha. That was pretty easy. White to move. Where's the... Oh, yeah. King's over here. I'm stupid. Black to move. That was pretty easy. Black to move. Almost screwed that one up. Black to move. How? Just goes for that. Then I do this, and then he kills me. Gotcha. That's why. That's why. That's why. That's not the right move. What do I do here then? Ah, you make him move. You pull over and you say, "Move, bitch! Get out the way! Get out the..." I'll stop. We just come to troll. Gee, thanks. Not even to come watch me because I have interesting stock stuff to say or because you guys are my friends. No, you just come to troll. That's awesome. You guys are great. Oh, I lost this. See what you made me did? I just lost that piece. Your fault if I lose that now. You better back that thing up, boy. Buddy's mentally frozen now. Buddy's brains... Buddy's brain's frozen. Processing information. Like, oh, what the fuck? Yeah, my brain's frozen. I guess I lost either or there, right? Wait, I didn't have to move him. I had to move him. I thought he was the one who was being targeted. Lol. Okay, my brain's frozen. Let's just waste a move here. Lol. Fails to mimic a modem sound. Shut up, Momo. Momo's a certified hater. Momo, why you hate me so much? I thought we were only friends, Momo. What is Buddy's goal here? Like, what is your actual game plan? Oh shit, I have to watch the NBA game. I have to get off the stream. There's a fucking good NBA game today. What's the score? 32-39. Buddy, let me win the game already so I can get off the stream and I can watch this awesome NBA game, please. You guys don't see this game on the camera, right? Okay, awesome. Why did he just do that? Does he not know how to play? Alright, thank you. Like, he should have... Does he not know how to play? Like, he should have done... Instead of doing that, he should have done this. That would have saved him. Then I do maybe that. And then he would have had to do that. And then I... don't really have much I can do there. Can't do there. And I take this. He goes here. And I do this. And he goes here. Then I come here. Comes here. And I do this. Then he takes that. And I do this. And he does that. Then I do this. And then... oh, that's checkmate? Oh, damn, son. Wait, how's that checkmate? Can't go here, can't go here, can't go here. Oh, shit, so I would have won no matter what. Okay, that's pretty dope. We won our first game. Let's go. 417. First game in the bag. Easy win. Walk through. Didn't even have to spend too much brain cells on that game. Honestly, don't have many left anyways. But didn't have to spend my last few brain cells on a chess game, which is great. Now it's time to call it a night. I wish you guys a beautiful night. I wish you guys a great sleep. But I wish you guys even better trading opportunities and P&Ls and profits tomorrow. So make a plan, stick to your plan, and execute on them. Because without execution, it ain't shit. It doesn't mean shit. There's a million of people out there on Twitter and in Discord servers saying, I called out this, I called out that. Did you execute on it? And if you executed on it, how can you execute better the next time the opportunity shows up? That's all that matters. That's the only thing that matters. So have fun. Enjoy the night. See you guys tomorrow for the final stream of this week. Catch you guys. Until then, TraderPrad out. Adios. Wait, we got to play the outro before we do anything. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow. As always, 8 o'clock, same time, same place. TraderPrad out. Ciao.
Who's that? TraderPrad, he's here. Also had work trade up here, back to another brand new week of After the After Hours with your host TraderPrad. I'm doing great. Hopefully you guys are joining me on that great side. Markets are moving around. Might just be a risk on type of day, so let's see what happens. 8 o'clock tomorrow. As you guys know, we do the stream Monday to Thursday, 8 p.m. Shout out to my affiliate sponsors, Benzinga, Trade Ideas, the #1 scanner to go to, Trader Sync, promo code down below, promo code PRAD15 to get 15% off. I will catch you guys tomorrow, 8 o'clock, same time, same place. Until then, TraderPrad out. Adios.